Part 349. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3481. Hee. Whimsical. Simply overwhelmed. Do you know what the hell you're talking about? I never thought that you could be so crazy. Do you still want the young master to kowtow to admit your mistake? Cut off your arms. What the hell are you thinking about? There is only one dead end in front of you now. 4b. What are you waiting for? They are going to make this young master break his own arms. Are you still indifferent? My CAO's family recruited you as a guest minister not to let you eat. My dad didn't save a marionette either. You should take your responsibility. What should I do? I don't need to say more. Kill him, once and for all. Cao man, the young lord of Guangming God City, let out an angry roar, and fierce aura gathered in his eyes. While talking, he clenched his fists and blushed angrily. Why? Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu sighed. Too difficult. Taking people's money and being loyal. Boy, if that's the case, don't blame me. I've already given you a chance, but you didn't grasp it. Even if your master seeks revenge on me in the future, I don't care. Anyway, I have said everything that needs to be said. Let me see you off for the last time. Don't worry, my sword is very fast, bear with me, and I will land in the paradise of Elysium soon. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu snorted secretly. The sword in his hand was almost at its peak. You're crazy. What are you doing? Jade Blood Sword. Stop. When the Dean of the God of War Academy saw Sun Fu's movement of the Jade Blood Sword, his expression changed immediately, and he immediately stopped him. Hee. You and I have about the same combat strength, but you can't stop me when I give up all defenses. I just need a few seconds to kill this kid. Defense is always harder than offense. This battle, you are doomed to do futile work. Sun Fu of Jade Blood Sword looked at Gao Song, and sighed silently. Gao Song didn't say a word, trying to stop. Kill him. Kill him. Quick. Quick. Cao man's face turned red, and he seemed particularly excited. While speaking, the mind was tumbling to the extreme, and the whole person was dizzy and dizzy. Explode, explode again. The tingling feeling gathered in my heart, and slowly, it was about to be completely ended. Yu Wengsu, who was watching the battle from a further distance, also clenched his fists subconsciously at this moment. Kill him. Kill him. The misfortunes I have encountered are all caused by this guy. As for this guy's death, I can start a new life. This time, I even offended the young city master. Damn. Damn. But it doesn't matter, as long as Fang Fan dies, I can go back to the young city lord. At worst, I can contribute a few chrysanthemums, and I will still be able to get the young city lord's favor. Well. That's right. What Yu Wengsu thinks about is the long term, and the more he thinks about it now, the thinking in the brain is about to swell. He actually started to imagine the future, prepared to plan in advance, and planned early. Of course, the premise of all this is that Fang Fan died on the spot. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy, tried his best to block the edge of the Jade Blood Sword. But obviously, some power is not enough. Gao Song and Jade Blood Sword fought on equal footing, but it was obviously far too short to completely block their way of attacking. The Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu, with the Jade Blood Sword in one hand, is superb. Brother Fang Fan, run, run. This is the boss of the Supreme Saint Realm. Or the Jade Blood Sword. Zhuo Yao took a deep breath, and the expression of horror on his face was beyond words. This time, the situation is complicated, so he can't be careless anymore. Otherwise it will be really cold. Reality always requires a wave of full attention. Husband, I will block it for you. Chu Ceci gritted her silver teeth and stood directly in front. After all, she is in the mid-level Saint Venerable realm, and relatively speaking, she is more controllable. Don't worry. Fang Fan casually put his arms around Chu Ceci's waist, and then pulled her over. His face remained calm from the beginning to the end, and he didn't feel nervous at all. I just feel that the overall situation is actually still under control. Just consumes a bit of star core. Whoosh. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu's sword has arrived. He stabbed straight at Fang Fan's neck. If he was really stabbed, there is a high probability that Fang Fan will be killed on the spot. The bloody picture virtually gives people a strong sense of oppression. The oppressed people can't breathe. Want to say something, all words are followed by silence at the moment. Everyone's hearts were tensed up to their throats. At this moment, the air did not dare to come out, each body was trembling and anxious. They seemed to have seen the blood sword piercing Fang Fan's neck, and then spilled hot blood. Gudong. Gudong. Bang bang bang. The sound of the heartbeat swept across the room, and everything was silent in front of it. The end is also a full rebirth. Die. Death is certain. Ha ha ha. Cool. Cool. Antagonizing Ben Shao should be like this. Must die. Cao Man's face turned red, and he felt refreshed at this moment. Clang. A plain knife suddenly appeared in front of Fang Fan, and then easily threw the jade blood sword away. The jade blood sword was shaking in the air, and the blade was trembling. The audience was stunned. What kind of operation is this? This operation is really incomprehensible. What a joke. That is the jade blood sword. Who is it that can make the jade blood sword tremble? In front of Fang Fan, a man in black robe appeared. His whole body was wrapped in the black robe, and he couldn't see his figure or face clearly. Only the shining simple knife made people tremble with fear. Who are you? Why do you want to participate in this matter? Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword trembled physically and mentally, and then looked at the trembling sword tip with a look of shock on his face. It's a very indifferent move, but it can make the spiritual power in his body restless. What this shows is already obvious. The man in black robe in front of him is at least in the Supreme Saint realm. And after preliminary contact, it seems to be much stronger than him. Without saying a word, the man in black directly attacks Sun Fu, the Jade Blood Sword. Fall again. Clang. Boom. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu's body retreated, and the tiger's mouth was also completely cracked, his face turned red, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. One move, rout, vomiting blood. This is the power of the black robe man. Demigod. Absolutely a demigod. Who is this person? Is it the demigod of my Guangming Academy? But none of the demigods in our Guangming Academy likes to wear black robes. And there is no one who uses a knife. Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy of Guangming University, murmured to himself, slowly following with some confusion. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3482. Where did this black-robed man come from just now? That speed seems to be very fast. There must be tricks in it. Gao Song licked his lips, then couldn't help but take a deep breath, and instantly became vigilant. The only place where people can hide around here is the Guangming Academy behind him, right? The black-robed demigod came from Guangming Academy, but he is not from Guangming Academy. What is his purpose in hiding in Guangming Academy? What conspiracy? What is the reason for suddenly killing at this time? Gao Song shook his head, these are all unknown. The only connection now is that the black-robed demigod seemed to have come here specifically to save Fang Fan. Fang Fan. Hiss. Could it be that this black-robed demigod is dedicated to protecting him? How can student Fang Fan exist to be guarded by a demigod all the time? Isn't it written in his personal file that he came from a third-class sanctuary? Third-class sanctuary, where is the demigod coming from? It's messed up, it's all messed up. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy, just feels numb at the moment, very numb, quite a sense of bewilderment. But generally speaking, Fang Fan is safe now, and nothing happened, which is a good thing. That means everything is still under control. Isn't this the black-robed demigod who appeared in front of the True God Cave? At that time, he also helped us kill the strong demigod of the Protoss. This black-robed demigod, why did he appear again? Sun Han, the president of Tiandao Society, looked up and couldn't help crying out. After such a reminder from him, everyone immediately gathered their gazes and their eyes widened. It was true. In front of the True God Cave mansion, basically all the students from Guangming Academy were there, and I have a little impression of what happened at that time. It's just that the black-robed demigod appeared too quickly just now, so some didn't pay much attention. But after thinking about it carefully, the memory came like a flood. This black-robed demigod must belong to our Guangming Academy and has been guarding us. Hey! I don't know which demigod from our Guangming Academy. Didn't it mean that Guangming Academy is basically closed except for Shui Wanren, the demigod who presides over the daily work? Perhaps it's just time to leave the customs. Ah, there is still some truth in what you said. If this demigod makes a move, Fang Fan's life will be safe, and he will even be able to fight back. Damn it! It's getting more and more exciting. Hey, I don't care about the rest, anyway, it's good to let me eat a melon. I thought the journey of eating melons was coming to an end, but I didn't expect a new twist. That young city lord's face turned black. Interesting. The surrounding area became lively again. Interest is also high. Of course, some people are happy, and some people are naturally unhappy. 4b. Aren't you known as the Jade Blood Sword? Once the green blood comes out, who will fight for the front? Go. Kill. What are you going to retreat? Just do it. Ah. Grass. What are you going backwards? Damn it. You bastard. I vomited. I vomited. You son of a bitch. Can you do it? Grass. Nothing is easy. Cao man frantically accused with a dark face. Sun Fu of Jade Blood Sword had a cold and aggrieved face. Let labor and management go head to head with demigods. His Jade Blood Sword has indeed had the experience of confronting a demigod, but is it just a confrontation? Being able to fight against more than a dozen moves is already the limit. After more than a dozen moves, isn't that the time of his death? For the rest, what else is there to say? Run. If you don't run, it will be too late. I can't beat this black-robed demigod anyway. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu had a showdown. Now I just want to put oil on the soles of my feet, so I slipped away quickly. What's the meaning? Honestly, what do you mean? What are you fighting with that man in black? Don't you know how to show off? Don't you know how to move? Show me over. Walk over. Just kill Fang Fan, and everything will be over. Do you not understand human speech? Ah. Ah. Hateful. Hateful. Asshole. Asshole. The growls gradually increased, and the gloomy face was enough to show everything in his heart. Cao man is still dreaming of that extravagant dream. City Lord Cao Teng doesn't say he is a hero, but he is still a giant. Why did he give birth to a son like you? You really want to die? Let's go. If it weren't for the favor owed to City Lord Cao Teng, just like you, I would like to make up for you. Sun Fu gritted his teeth with the Jade Blood Sword, and then grabbed Cao man, and flew straight into the distance. At this moment, irresistible, only escape. If Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu ran away with all his strength, the black-robed demigod might not be able to catch up to him. But this guy insisted on coming back to save Cao Man. After taking this oil bottle, it is basically considered cold. The black-robed demigod slashed out, blocking their way, and then slashed across. Although Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword was indeed resisting with all his strength, such resistance was still too weak after all. There was a very deep scar on his body. Call. The Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu trembled and fell to the ground. Failed to take off. It's cold. There is no more fighting power at this moment. The black-robed demigod rose into the air, and then disappeared suddenly. If it weren't for the serious injury of the Jade Blood Sword, Sun Fu, everyone really couldn't believe that someone had come here just now. All this seems to be like a flower in a mirror and a moon in the water, and it seems very confusing invisibly. Waste. Get up. Get up and keep fighting. Take your sword. Did you hear me? Quick. Quick. Didn't you say you were going to escape with Ben? Why did you fall down? This young master orders you to get up. Cao Man looked at the trembling and seriously injured Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword, and was immediately stunned. At this moment, Fang Fan had already strode over directly. There is no backup. Everything is over. All his cards were played. Now even such a supreme saint like Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu has collapsed. He was going to face Fang Fan directly. Waste. Trash deserves to die. Old trash. If you hadn't been bragging about how powerful you are, I wouldn't have pinned my hopes on you. It's all lost now. Master Ben killed you. Cao Man stared at the panting Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu, and then became vicious. He was so crazy that he wanted to make up the Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu. A sword fell, stabbed in the chest, did not kill, and then fell the sword again. Clang. Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, appeared in front and stopped Cao Man's actions. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3483. What are you doing? You've gone mad. The Jade Blood Sword has been protecting you, but now you want to kill him. Gao Song looked at Cao Man speechlessly. This guy is too vicious. It is a kind of sadness to have such a young city lord in Guangming God City. He's a piece of shit. Even my young city master can't protect me well, so who else will I kill if I don't kill him? Dean Gao Song. I advise you to mind your own business. Otherwise I'll kill you too. Cao Many looked at Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, with a sullen face, pretending that he really wanted to attack. Sometimes it is impossible to fathom the thoughts and ideas of some people. They are lunatics in essence, and if they talk too much with a lunatic, they will sink themselves into it. You are really hopeless. Gao Song waved his hand suddenly, and then flew Cao Man aside. At this moment, the picture and scene are basically clear. Fang Fan strode forward and took a deep look at Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu. Student Fang Fan. Although Jade Blood Sword attacked you just now, but he was forced to do nothing, so. Gao Song groaned, then looked at Fang Fan with a complicated expression. The meaning he wanted to express was also obvious, that is, he wanted Fang Fan to save this Jade Blood Sword, Sun Fu, with his life. Fang Fan didn't say much, just bent down calmly, holding the Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu's storage ring and the Jade Blood Sword in his hands. You don't have to kill people, but you have to pick up the spoils. Sword. My sword. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu looked at his Jade Blood Sword with trembling lips, his eyes gradually became bloodshot, and 2 lines of hot tears flowed down. Fang Fan was stunned. Good guy, can you still play like this? Is there a sense of gaudy inexplicable? This wave is really out of control. Quite a big old man, crying at every turn. But it can be seen that this Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu is worthy of his title of Jade Blood Sword, and he still has sincere feelings for his sword. Sword, I don't want it anymore. The storage ring is my trophy, I want to take it. Well, there is no enmity between you and me, this time, let's punish a little. Fang Fan shrugged, then said calmly. When he saw that his Jade Blood Sword was lost and recovered, the blood and tears in Sun Fu's eyes increased more and more. Thank you. As expected of Taishiji's apprentice. You are, qualified to be his apprentice. To be precise, he is really lucky to have a disciple like you. Sun Fu was deeply moved. At this moment, his body was still bleeding, but he just wanted to follow suit. Fang Fan shrugged and didn't say much, but focused his attention on Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City. This guy is the top priority. What are you watching me do? What do you want to do? Don't mess around. I advise you to take care of yourself. My father is the city lord of the bright God City, my father is Cao Tang, and my father is a celebrity in front of the Pope. Even the deputy palace master of your Guangming Academy would not dare to be presumptuous in front of my father. Cao Man is obviously very guilty. But on the bright side, we still have to pretend to be secretive. I have to say, it was really embarrassing for him. Kneel down and kowtow to admit your mistake. Then cut off your arms. Live. Fang Fan glanced at Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy, who looked nervous, then turned his head and said to Cao Man. No matter what, you have to give face to the dean. As for whether the dude in front of him will be killed or not, it doesn't matter much. It's okay to kill, or not to kill. When Fang Fan came to Guangming God City, he seemed to have been psychologically constructed by many people, which was equivalent to getting a lot of vaccinations in advance. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, is also Fang Fan's cheap father-in-law. Before that, he actually predicted that there would be a battle between Fang Fan and the young city lord Cao Man, and even the young city lord Cao Man would die in Fang Fan's hands. At that time, Fang Fan came to Guangming God City for the first time, and he had never met Cao Man before, and he was a stranger at all. Didn't expect this to collide. It's just that sometimes it's really weird. Collided with a convoy on the mainland, and then involved Yu Wengsu, a young official from the city lord's mansion. After beating this Yu Wengsu violently, this Yu Wengsu involved Cao Man again. Anyway, after going back and forth in such a circle, I was finally wandered back. Sometimes it's just amazing. Break your arms. Kowtow to admit your mistake. No. Impossible. You can't treat this young master like this. This young master is the city of light god. Until now, Cao Man still had no clue in his heart. In other words, even if there is a forced number, I don't want to show it. Still holding the ears of the so-called young city lord, Fang Fan stepped forward, and the Heaven Zhan sword appeared in his hand instantly. Then he slashed directly. Click. Click. There was a sound of two bones breaking, and then Cao Man's arms fell to the ground. At this moment, blood was gurgling out, which made people feel quite panicked. Ah! Ah! Pain! You're crazy. How dare you treat this young master like this? Master bends hand. Ah! Cao Man prostrated himself on the ground, then rolled crazily, with vicious expressions on his face. If you can't do it yourself, I can only do it for you. I won't be able to do the next kowtow and admitting mistakes. So, should I choose to kowtow to admit my mistake, or die? Fang Fan waved the Zhantian sword in his hand, and said what he said directly, as if he had forced Cao Man, the young city lord of the bright god city, into the top corner. The majestic young city lord of the bright god city, now has both hands cut off, becoming an armless man. Inexplicably, it feels a little unreal. So reckless. So crazy. Boss Fang Fan is Boss Fang Fan, as always so awesome. Hee hee. That's of course. After all, the Boss Fang Fan is an existence that even slept with a goddess. I think he cheated many treasures of Chen Tianwei, the head of the Black and White Academy, in front of the true God Cave. The head of the Black and White Academy is also a demigod. The presence. Only what we can't think of, there is nothing Fang Fan dare not do. This Cao man, relying on his status as the young city lord, originally planned to show off his might, but he didn't expect to steal chickens and lose money. Now he is suppressed into this ghost look. Heh. It's really refreshing. The Guangming Academy is now completely separated from the city lord's mansion of the Guangming God City. Big brother Fang Fan is here at Guangming Academy, and it will definitely shine in the next 10,000 years. Boss Fang Fan, Eternal God. Boss Fang Fan is my idol. The strong are always more attractive, there is no doubt about it. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3484. Right now, the number of Fang Fan's fans has increased a lot. After all, it is very rare to see such a playful young man being hanged and beaten, so it will naturally arouse everyone's interest. Anyway, the more you look at it, the more exciting it is. Without the support of his arms, Cao Man could only prostrate on the ground and rage impotently. Gao Song, the dean of the Ares Academy at the side, took a look, then silently withdrew his gaze, and said nothing. At this time, it is useless to say anything. It always feels like everything has been completely ended. As long as the bottom line is still there. As long as the young city lord is still alive and can breathe, it's fine. But it is obvious that there must be a large-scale battle between the city lord's mansion of the Bright God City and the Bright Academy. Then the picture will be more exciting. Standing far away, Yu Wengsu could clearly see the details here thanks to his good eyesight. Fear. It's so frightening. My mind is broken. At this moment, I can still say a hammer. At the same time, there is an extremely strong sense of luck sweeping through the whole body. Fortunately, I ran fast at that time, otherwise the next miserable fate can be imagined. The more I think about it, the more frightened I become, and the more I think about it, the more trembling I get. Crazy. It's all crazy. Are people nowadays so rigid? Those dignitaries don't care at all. Then what is the meaning of the existence of these powerful people? Why? Miss Honeyjuice operation. Young city lord has suffered such a great humiliation this time, and his mood must be extremely low. He will definitely resent me for running away, maybe he will kill me. No, to be precise, it will definitely kill me. If that's the case, what will I do next? It's over, it's all over, cool. It's all over. Where should I go? I managed to curry favor with the young city lord I got, and I managed to get a few official positions, and I finally gained a firm foothold in Guangming God City. I'm not reconciled. Are you really going to give up everything like this? This is definitely not what I want. Fang Fan. It's you. It's you who drove me to a dead end. Damn it. Fang Fan. You and I are sworn to death. Yu Wengsu clenched his fists, and the anger in his heart was used to the extreme. Gradually, blood seemed to flicker in the eyes. At this moment, thinking secretly in my heart, the vicious look on my face became more and more He stared at Fang Fan's position in the distance. At this time, Fang Fan seemed to have a sense, subconsciously raised his eyes and glanced. Yu Wengsu's body and mind immediately trembled, and then his calves began to feel weak, and he quickly backed away. Run, run quickly. He's after me. If you don't run, I'm going to die. Whirring whirring. Yu Wengsu's speed was extremely fast, running all the way, staggering, especially the panic in his heart can be seen. It is more than words. Sometimes it feels real. What needs to be solved now is the problem of the young city lord Cao Man. Fang Fan sharpened his sword and walked over. Cao Man has been wailing pretendingly there, as if he wants to use this method to fool the pass. Kowtow, admit your mistake. Or, die. I am patient, very limited. Fang Fan stretched, with a wicked smile on his face. I am the young lord of the bright god city. There is no way I will yield to you. Just give up on your heart. Even if I was hacked to death. Killed. Cut into pieces. Cut into pieces. I would definitely not be able to live on mediocrity. Death is a relief to me. Cao Man. I swear to the death. Cao Man stood up swayingly, while talking, there seemed to be blood in his eyes. This guy said one thing after another. He is actually taking a gamble. He was betting that Fang Fan would not dare to kill him. After all, his identity as the young city lord is there. Moreover, Dean Gao Song issued a reminder just now. In addition, Fang Fan didn't even kill Sun Fu with the jade blood sword, so there was no reason to kill him. In front of so many people, Cao Man naturally needed to find a way out for himself. You must show your pride. Make others feel tremors. Losing people does not lose face. Oh. Okay, I know. Fang Fan nodded without saying a word, and then the Zhantian sword in his hand fell directly, aiming at Cao Man's neck. Ah! Watching the Zhantian sword fall, it was too late for Cao Man to regret it. Fang Fan's sword penetrated an inch into his neck, and just as he was about to continue cutting, a flash of silver light suddenly blocked this wave of killing. Me. Yes, it was the amulet that saved my life. The talisman will only show its effect when I have a life and death crisis. Gudong. Just now, you really wanted to kill me just now. If I didn't have the amulet, I would already be a dead person. I almost died. You really dare to kill me. Madman, madman, you are a madman, you are terrible, terrible. Cao Man's lips trembled, and while he was talking, the horror in his eyes was beyond words. That fear comes entirely from within. I thought that relying on my identity, I could save my life no matter what. At this moment, even Gao Song, the dean of the God of War Academy, and Sun Fu, the Jade Blood Sword, were taken aback. As expected of Tai Shuji's disciple, he really has his demeanor. This. Without any hesitation. Don't worry about the consequences at all. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu smiled wryly and sighed silently. I told you a long time ago, this kid is rampant. Eat soft but not hard. You'd better persuade that Cao Man, otherwise it will really be just a corpse later. Gao Song sighed with emotion, then couldn't help but shook his head and said. Ah. Now I don't need to persuade you. He's been panicking for a long time. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu shrugged his shoulders with a trace of disdain on his face. I admit my mistake. I was wrong. Do not kill me. I don't want to die. Everything is my fault. I kneel, I kowtow. Let me do anything. Woo 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 woo. Don't kill me, just don't kill me. Forgive my dog's life. I want to live, I really want to live. I don't want to die, it's too painful. Please, let me go. Put me, just pass me off as a fart. There was no enmity between us. It's all that damned Yu Wengsu. He's fanning the flames. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3485. Cao Man was so frightened that his body and mind exploded. While talking at this moment, the cold sweat on his forehead grew more and more. How can there be any shame at this moment? It would be nice to save my life. As for the other ones, I don't care anymore, I don't care, I just skip it anyway. This thing is nothing. When the last line of defense in my heart was breached, I actually wanted to surrender instinctively. Not everyone can face death calmly. In other words, it is not ordinary people who can face life and death calmly. Ah! Isn't it very exciting just now? Is this cowardly? Tisk, it's nothing. WTF. Just like you still come to Guangming Academy to raise a teacher. I really don't know what you think. Remember next time, if you want to save your life, don't fight with Fang Fan, you can't fight. Well, this weapon is not bad, a semi-divine weapon, right? Tisk, the storage ring is quite unique. Stay well. Bai Piao went up and searched around, and took off the storage ring and some valuables from Cao Man's body. These represent star cores. Anyway, he is also the young city lord of Guangming God City. Anyway, his wealth shouldn't be too hot. Bai Piao raised her eyebrows, and at this moment, there was a trace of excitement on her face. Bring it to you. Fang Fan curled his lips, looked at Bai Piao's intoxicated face, and shrugged directly. This guy's little thoughts are basically on his face. If Fang Fan didn't remind him, this guy would most likely put it back in his pocket. Ha! Fang Fan, what are you in such a hurry for? Do you still think I will take your spoils? I'm just helping you get it. Hey, just look, just look. Fang Fan, don't think too much. Bai Piao raised her eyebrows, and then reluctantly handed over the storage ring, with a perplexed expression on her face. Whatever this guy wants to express is basically written on his face. It's just too real. I was wrong, I was wrong. Damn me, I'm a bastard. Give me my life, I won't dare again. Bang bang bang. Bang bang bang. Cao Man was still praying for his own life, and the frightened look on his face grew more and more. Now life and death hang on the line. Just a little bit away, and everything will collapse with blood. At that time, it will really be over, all over. Fang Fan didn't even bother to talk to him now. This time, thousands of city guard soldiers in the sanctuary realm were slaughtered, but they got a batch of high-quality cards. Moreover, Sun Fu of Jade Blood Sword and Cao Man's storage ring, the harvest is also very good. Dean Gao Song, I will leave the rest to you. I kept my promise and left him alive. It's not a broken promise, is it? Fang Fan looked at Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, and smiled silently. For it? No. Not counting. Cough. Thank you Fang Fan for giving me this face. Gao Song smiled wryly, the current situation is not easy. Although the young city lord Cao Man is still alive, basically he is second only to killing him. Cut off both arms, and let him kowtow to admit his mistake. One pile after another, basically offended to death. With this major premise in place, the relationship between Guangming Academy and the City Lord's mansion will only become more and more chaotic in the future. The imperceptible feeling of depression followed. Fang Fan returned to Guangming Academy, and the crowd outside did not disperse for a long time. There is a sense of incompleteness. Eating melons makes you forget yourself. So intoxicated. So cool. I still want to keep eating. Keep doing it. Cool to the extreme. Boss Fang Fan. Powerful and domineering. The leader of the new generation of Guangming Academy, steady. Damn, when will I be so strong? I have witnessed the rise of the boss Fang Fan with my own eyes. Crap. I can boast for 10,000 years. Ah. The Bright Academy is so confident. The Bright God City is nothing. There are many discussions, and everyone's emotions are still high. As for Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, seeing that Fang Fan had already left, he immediately fled in a panic. The broken arm on the ground didn't bother to take it either. At this time, escape is the first priority, and everything else is nonsense. Walking at the same time as him was Tan Xian, the captain of the number 34 Squadron of the Light Legion. Behind him, more than a dozen soldiers of the 34th Squadron of the Legion of Light followed listlessly. After losing the battle, I naturally feel extremely responsive in my heart, and the anxiety deep in my heart is now very sincere. The sense of bells and whistles gradually strengthened. For the rest, I don't want to say more. It's all over, nothing. Just, playing with the hammer. Cao Man breathed a sigh of relief when he was far away from Guangming Academy. Seeing that Fang Fan couldn't catch up, his body and mind softened. Fang Fan must die. This blood feud. I will not let it go. I am Cao Man. I have never been humiliated like this. Die. Fang Fan must die. Cao Man raised his head and chest, he felt that he was doing it again. Snort. He can't survive, he destroyed my squadron, I will definitely report this to the army commander. At that time, the army of the Light Legion will come under pressure, and he will definitely die. The soldiers of my Bright Legion are so easy to kill. Speaking of which, this time it's because of your intelligence. If you made it clearer, the squadron leader wouldn't follow you recklessly. That Fang Fan is even protected by a demigod, why didn't you tell me? Tan Xian, the leader of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Legion, gritted his teeth, and then gave Cao Mandao an angry look. This bastard made him too passive. This time, people killed him so much that he lost his helmet and armor, and when he returned, he might be beaten to the end. How does this young master know that he has so many whole cards? This young master was also deceived. Yu Wengsu. It's that bitch. When Cao Man talked about Yu Wengsu, the attitude of gnashing his teeth was fully displayed, as if he wanted to eat Yu Wengsu alive. Young city master, please slow down a little. Your arm, I brought you your arm. Hurry up and put it on. It's not easy to connect limbs after a long time. Said Cao. Yu Wengsu rushed over from a distance with a flattering face, holding two bloody arms in his hands. This arm is naturally Cao Man's original arm, which was cut off by Fang Fan in front of Guangming Academy. I was too anxious to escape before, so I didn't have time to get it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3486. Of course, even if he wanted to take it, he couldn't take it, his arms were cut off, how could he take it? It's you. You bloody bastard. How dare you come here? I think you really don't want to live anymore. Damn. Damn. Die. You must die. This young master was framed by you to become like this. If I don't kill you, it's hard to understand the hatred in my heart. Why do not you go to hell? Cao Man's eyes instantly turned blood red, as if he was about to rush over and beat Yu Wengsu. But soon, he sadly found that he had no hands. Both arms are still in Yu Wengsu's hands, even if he wants to slap Yu Wengsu, it seems that he can't do it now. Inexplicably, there was a sense of aggrievedness and resentment in my heart. Mentality collapsed. It completely fell apart. In the depths of the mind, there is the crazy explosive power of comprehensive oppression. Young city lord. You, don't get angry. It's not worth it to get angry because of me. Young city master, you must listen to my explanation. I'm not running away, I just want to go back and rescue you. Why? I just didn't expect that damn Fang Fan to attack so quickly, I haven't had time to do anything for you. Young city lord, it's my fault to say 1,000 and 10,000. You beat me to death. You kill me with your sword. No matter what, I admit it. Young city master, if I can die in your hands, I am willing. But there is one thing, my loyalty to you has never changed. You must never do things that make your loved ones hurt your enemies. Young city lord. Yu Wengsu's acting ability is still very strong, and while talking at the moment, the whole person becomes active. With an upright and confident attitude, the more he talked, the more excited he became, and the more he talked, the more surging he became. An incomparable sense of explosion emerged from the depths of my heart. Cao man. I really want to smack you to death, but labor and capital have no hands at all, how can I slap you? Piss off. Stop pretending to be in front of labor and management. Cao man kicked Yu Wengsu, with the addition of resentment in his heart, the strength of this kick can be imagined. Yu Wengsu fell to the side and fell to the ground. However, Cao man also landed on his back because of his unstable center of gravity. Without arms to maintain balance, even kicking people has become a luxury. In this way, the sullen feeling in Cao man's heart became even stronger. Damn it! It's all damn it! Collapsed. Mentality collapsed. Why not die? Go to hell. Manic anger gathered, deep in the eyes, full of depression. Young city master, young city master. It's not worth it for you to kick me. It's my fault for hurting your foot. Yu Wengsu was kicked, and he didn't dare to show any dissatisfaction. On the contrary, he became more and more obsequious, climbing forward tremblingly, and the flattering smile on his face was directly displayed in place. Looking at it, I feel inexplicably. The sense of sand sculpture has also improved rapidly. In all aspects, it feels like that, probably. Licking dogs do get more attention at some point. Cao man continued to kick a few times, and then stopped. There is no point in continuing to kick like this. And what he wanted to kill was Fang Fan. Damn thing. For the sake of helping Ben Shao get back his arm, I will spare your dog's life today. Tonight, I'll clean up Master Ben. Lie down on Master Ben's bed. Snort. Hateful. Cao man's words gradually became slack. Yu Wengsu's tense body instantly relaxed. Finally, to save this little life. Almost was really cool on the spot. This time, bet right? As for going to Cao man's room at night. It's inevitable that I will suffer some pain. But that doesn't matter anymore, as long as my life is saved, everything is easy to talk about. Those who have or don't need to care about it at all. In terms of mentality, it is natural to follow a comprehensive collapse and hold back. Thinking of this, Yu Wengsu was inexplicably joyful. I knew that the young city lord is not the kind of ruthless person. Young city lord's kindness and virtue will never be forgotten. I am willing to dedicate everything to the young city lord. Not just my body, but my life. Yu Wengsu hit the snake with the stick, and the flattery on his face became more apparent. Grass. Stop talking so much nonsense. Why don't you hurry up and put this young man's arm on? Trash. What's the use of you? Cao man raised his foot, felt that his center of gravity was unstable, and then retracted his foot angrily. No matter what, the mentality is always going to collapse. There is no need to worry about the others. It's true to be careful. The bells and whistles can be as little as possible. For it. Young city master, you can't pretend yet. Yu Wengsu frowned suddenly, and the look on his face was a bit complicated. Asshole. Do you still want to lose money? Do you still want to use this arm to coerce Ben Xiao? Grass. I must kill you. Cao Man's mood fluctuated greatly at the moment, and he wanted to kill people all the time. No. That's not what it means. I meaning, you, are you going back to the city lord's mansion to send reinforcements now? At that time, I must meet the Lord City Lord. If your appearance is miserable enough, wouldn't the city lord's resentment value be even higher? Hey. In this way, what you want to do may be simpler. Yu Wengsu licked his lips and subconsciously raised his eyebrows while talking. I have to say that this guy is completely the image of a dog-headed military division. The conjectures in my head are really fancy. But I have to admit, it does make sense. Why didn't this young master think of it? I'm going to find my father. If my father sees my arms completely broken, he will definitely be furious. When the time comes, that Fang Fan will surely die. Anyone who offends me deserves to die. Everyone must die. There is a dead end ahead. Asshole. Asshole. Die. Go to hell. Cao Man's face gradually became gloomy, and the corners of his mouth twitched as he spoke. All kinds of thoughts gathered in his heart, wishing to crush everything in front of him into pieces. It's impossible to just forget about such a shame and humiliation. Fang Fan. Fang Fan. The resentment in Cao Man's heart surged, and his steps became faster. He wants to go back quickly, arrive at the city lord's mansion quickly, and then, cry miserably. Fang Fan. I'll see how you die then. Even if you have the protection of a demigod, it is useless. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3487. Bright Academy. It doesn't take much to settle your little dispute. It's just that when Fang Fan walks in Guangming Academy now, he clearly feels that the people around him look at him differently. In the past, it was actually quite ordinary. Everyone went their own way, and everything was fine. But now, as long as Fang Fan hits the place, those people will consciously get out of the way, and then start biting their ears in twos and threes. Obviously, what they talked about was basically Fang Fan's affairs. When Fang Fan glanced over, these people's faces would show horror, and they immediately backed away. Fang Fan was speechless. He is not some kind of man-eating demon, why is he so frightened? Fang Fan boy, you have gained a reputation this time. Now in our Guangming Academy, as long as we chat, we basically talk about your business. You are already popular now, and you have become the big boss among everyone. Oh, they also said that you are the leader of Guangming Academy and want you to form a club in the academy, so that they all want to join in and become your younger brother. Bai Biao shrugged, then shrugged aside. While talking, Bai Biao's eyes suddenly brightened. Boy Fang Fan, I think this club can be opened. At that time, let them pay the waste of joining the society, and each person will receive 180 star cores. If you take tens of thousands of people, isn't it worth millions of star cores? This guy Bai Biao has star cored everything. That is basically what is measured in the mind. Do you really think that everyone has so many high-grade star cores? An ordinary teacher in the Saint Venerable realm only has 100 or 200 high-grade star cores on his body. I think you are really beautiful. It's a bit out of date now. Fang Fan glared at Bai Biao, and complained angrily. This guy has been doing quite a lot of showmanship lately, and he doesn't know what he wants to do. Hey. I'm just saying, just talking. I just feel that you have a reputation now, such a big reputation, such a good traffic, it would be a pity to waste it. The key is to realize your traffic. Bai Biao raised her eyebrows, and couldn't help but sighed at this moment. Fang Fan. The word flow was taught to him by Fang Fan, but I didn't expect this guy to learn it and use it flexibly. Fang Fan. Did you cut off Cao Man's 2 hands just now? Are you okay? Did you suffer any injuries? Murong Yu walked over from a distance, with a nervous look on his face. She heard about this incident just after she came out of cultivation, so she hurried over to check the situation. Don't worry, it's just a small matter. It's just a lesson to a bunch of jumping clowns, it's over. Fang Fan said calmly. Is it a trivial matter? I heard that the city guards have dispatched a team, and even the Bright Legion has a squadron. Can you be a little more stable? I knew that if I didn't look at you for a day, something would happen. The previous prediction of the Deputy Palace Master almost came true. Murong Yu rolled his eyes and said angrily. When she heard the news just now, she was indeed frightened. But seeing Fang Fan intact at this moment, the stone in his heart naturally fell. But at the same time, there is a whole new problem to face. Cao Man, the young city lord, had his arms cut off, so it's impossible to just let it go. What if there is revenge? After all, this is the young city lord. You made the young city lord of Guangming God City like this, the city lord Cao Teng will definitely not want to let it go. When the time comes, what should I do when the time comes? Have you thought about this question? Why are you so reckless? It doesn't make people worry. Murong Yu gritted his teeth and couldn't help gritting his teeth while talking. My heart is full of anxiety. She was mainly worried about what would happen to Fang Fan. After all, the current situation is indeed a bit unclear. This offended person is anyway, that is also the city lord's mansion of Guangming God City. Standing behind this is the Temple of the Alliance of Light. I didn't expect our teacher Murong to be so cute when he was angry. A frivolous smile appeared on the corner of Fang Fan's mouth, and then he smiled. What time is it? Why do you still have the heart to say these things? Murong Yu gritted his teeth, and immediately became anxious in his heart. At this moment, the posture of gnashing his teeth was vividly displayed. Really, it's so annoying. Bastard. Hateful. Terrible. Calm down. I know. Go and practice hard. What we need to care about is not the city lord's mansion, but the deeper part of the land of the gods. Fang Fan rolled his eyes, thinking to himself, and his thoughts flew into the air. The territory of the gods is deeper. You mean Protoss? Murong Yu was stunned for a moment, and then understood instantly. Some things are basically already in front of you, and you can understand everything. If you really don't understand, there's really nothing you can do about it. Fang Fan nodded silently, acquiescing. Fang Fan, are you thinking too far ahead? Is this so exaggerated? Isn't it? Hasn't the Protoss not shown up for several days? Maybe there aren't many of them at all. Maybe they are just a few demigods. Possible. While talking, Murong Yu silently shut up. This time the role of thinking guidance is very strong. In a few words, some words are not true. Many things are showing the purest colors. He. You also said, maybe. Maybe this thing is too mysterious. And how likely is that? In front of the true God cave, there were several demigods among the tens of thousands of God race cultivators. And the demigods of the Protoss are obviously stronger than ours. You don't need many elites like that, as long as 1 million, it's enough to flatten their city of light. The crisis is right now. You have to pay attention. Before the crisis comes, there is still a period of peace. In this period of time, in fact, Many instructors of our Guangming Academy are doing their best to use the divine power of this sacred soil resource to practice crazily. Perhaps they also sensed a potential crisis. It's an instinct to be as strong as you can before a crisis hits. Otherwise it will be too late to regret it when the danger really comes. Those are the circumstances that have to be considered. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3488. While talking, Fang Fan's facial expression changed vividly. Of course, from a certain point of view, the crisis may not necessarily be a brand new beginning. As long as you can control the rhythm, there may be new gains. For example, now Fang Fan is very greedy for the storage rings of Protoss practitioners. There will really be fragments of the God Stone and the Fountain of Life in their storage rings. Fang Fan, don't be so serious, okay? It looks like it's real. Look at how serious everyone is now. With you here, isn't it equivalent to having a backer? With all the backing, what else is there to be afraid of? Couldn't it be enough to just beat it at that time? Bai Biao shrugged and said solemnly. What this guy said was casual. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and at this moment, his face was inexplicably shown. This. I have never been so confident. Okay, stop bullshitting. It's time to train hard or train well. At least until the crisis really comes, there is still a certain chance of resistance. If not, you may not even be able to resist. Fang Fan frowned, looking more or less solemn at the moment. Some things really need to be held steady. Can't wave, really can't wave. Bright Divine City, City Lord's Mansion. The City Lord Cao Teng is very irritable at the moment. Dawn God City is destroyed. The City of God established by Daybreak College in conjunction with several other colleges was taken over by the gods. Have all the demigod principles of Daybreak Academy been killed? These things, the Protoss, are they really about to turn the world upside down? What kind of trouble is this trying to make? Hateful. Extremely hateful. Now the god cities established by various schools and colleges are in jeopardy. The major forces all want to come in and get a share of the pie. What about now? Are they all trying to shrink their heads? The divine city established by the Dawn Academy is not far from our bright divine city. Hateful. Our bright God city has just been established. If something happens, what should I say in front of the Pope? The time will come when the Pope will kill me. Cao Teng, the Lord of Guangming God City, gritted his teeth, and then began to pace hurriedly. The anxiety in my heart can be imagined. My lord, after the dawn of the God City is broken, the next target of the group of God race people should be the God City of the Seven Courts. The Divine City of the Seven Courts is the gateway to our Guangming Divine City. If the Divine City of the Seven Courts is broken, our Guangming Divine City will have to directly face the group of Protoss cultivators. At that time, the newly established Guangming God City will definitely suffer great damage. My lord, the City of the Seventh Academy has come to ask for help. I hope we can rush to help in time. Otherwise, they have already made it clear that they will last for at most 3 days, and after 3 days, they will just abandon the city and flee. The doorman at the side sighed, and then explained the specific situation. What? Hateful. Is this trying to grab me? Threat to the city lord. Good. Good. Very good. The guts of these idiots are getting bigger and bigger now. My city lord doesn't show his power. Does he really think I'm a sick cat? Annoyed the owner of the city, and directly destroyed this god city of 7 courtyards. It's just a city built by 7 rubbish colleges to keep warm, and they dare to be arrogant. The city lord Cao Teng seemed to be in a very high mood at the moment. Mentality, also seems not very good. For it. My lord, isn't this fulfilling the wishes of the group of Protoss cultivators? At that time, our bright God city really needs to face the Protoss. We, we may not be able to resist. The doorman shrunk his neck secretly, and then spoke the truth. The facts are there and cannot be changed. The specific situation is probably like this. To a certain extent, you really can only choose to accept it. Let me think about it, think about it. This is a matter of losing troops. Why is it our turn? My city guard just stabilized. A bronze-level legion has just been formed, but only a few million, of which the elite is no more than 100,000. And there aren't too many strong people inside. The city lord Cao Teng frowned, obviously having a lot of concerns. Master City Master, if they can get the assistance of Guangming Academy, they only need to send a part of the Saint Realm instructors and Saint Realm students, which will be a great help to us. Their students can all be regarded as elites. The counselor groaned, then said, "Ah, counting on them. Thinking too much. That Shui Wanren has always been against me. Why? Headache, let me think again, think hard. Damn Protoss. Just stabilized, and came over to do things again." The city lord, Cao Teng, gritted his teeth, with infinite sullenness in his heart. "Father! Father! ER is back. My son was bullied. Dad! I'm so miserable. Ah!" At this moment, Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, rushed in from outside the door, crying for his father and mother. The scene once seemed particularly throbbing. "I'm not dead yet. Howl." The city lord Cao Teng took a deep breath, his face looked very ugly. Hateful. Nothing stands still. It's all about doing things. What kind of trouble do you want to make? Ah. Father. Didn't you see my change? Cao Man seemed very wronged. I am already like this, and you, a father, don't care about it? What change? Aren't you like this all day long? What can change? It's not eating, drinking, whoring and gambling, or it's causing trouble for me. The city lord, Cao Man, didn't even raise his head. He was restless now, and he didn't bother to talk about the warmth of father and son with this dude. Cao Man gritted his teeth, he felt neglected. If you get beaten outside, just beat it. There is no comfort at all when you get home, and what's more, the words are so cold, how hurtful. This heart is deeply hurt. In this situation, how can the sullen feeling in my heart not increase? Father! My hand is gone. Your son is dying. Your son was bullied to death. Both arms were cut off. My brains are about to be hammered to pieces. Just pretend you don't have my son. I'm going to kill myself. I can't stand this grievance. Cao Man exploded. What's wrong with him just wanting to seek some comfort? As for it being so difficult. The city lord Cao Teng raised his head subconsciously, his brows were solemnly furrowed, this time the noise seemed a little different. The cost seems a bit high, the arms are really gone. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3489. Your skin and hair is from your parents. You rebellious son, what do you want me to say about you? It's okay to play around, even the arms are cut off by themselves. What does it look like? Hurry up and connect your arms. The city lord, Cao Teng, snorted coldly, and then said unhappily. The matter is such a thing, the situation is such a situation, and there is more or less resentment in my heart. Cao Man. How can you have such an idea? No matter how stupid I am, I won't hurt myself, right? Am I stupid? Or crazy? Can you still do something like this? As a father, is that how you treat your son? Good guy. Damn. My arm was cut off. CAO 10, can you still act like a father? CAO man gritted his teeth, and suddenly became angry. Roll. Why did you talk to your father? Now you dare to call him by his first name. CAO Tang stared at him, making CAO man tremble with fright. Dad's residual prestige is still there. Tell me. What's going on? It doesn't stop for a day. In the bright God City, is there anyone else who dares to provoke you? Do you think that's possible? Is there really no point in my heart? The cold snorts gradually increased, and the city lord CAO Tang was full of disapproval. CAO man feels that his sense of existence is really too low. Is this really my father? Listen, why is it like treating a stranger? That's it? How do you play this shit? My mentality almost collapsed. If you can't hold on, what will you do next? It was Fang Fan, a student from Guangming Academy, who cut off my arms. The entire Guangming Academy is an accomplice. Father. Revenge. Revenge. Must take action. Otherwise where is this face going? Father. Hurry up and send troops to level the Guangming Academy and kill Fang Fan. And Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy of the Guangming Academy, is not a good thing, and must be killed. Oh, by the way, and that Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu, he must die too. This trash is nothing, he didn't protect me at all, he must die. What's the use of keeping such waste? Kill them all. Father. CAO man started crying for his father and mother. In a few words, it seemed tyrannical and boundless. He listened silently to his ears, especially his scalp felt a little numb. That's it? Can't you just follow along and stop for a while? In all aspects, what kind of trouble do you want? All kinds of things involved, in the end, do you have no points in your heart? Explain. What the hell did you do? Kill Gao Song, the Dean of Zhanshen Academy. Kill Sun Fu, the Jade Blood Sword. Destroy Guangming Academy. You really dare to say it? Why don't you go to heaven? Why don't you go shoulder to shoulder with the sun? What do you think you are? How dare you make such a request? I think you are really arrogant and boundless. You are crazy to the extreme. What to say and what to do, I'm afraid even you don't know. The city lord Cao Teng looked at the ferocious sun in front of him, disappointed and angry. Day by day, I don't know how to do something serious. I just know what to do with these things. Hateful. Hateful to the extreme. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. In the end, Cao Teng, the city lord, simply kicked out. Boom. Cao man's body flew straight out, hit the wall, and fell like a dog eating shit. The scene once seemed very eerie. Cao man opened his eyes wide, looking at all this in disbelief. Damn it, how did it become like this? Is this the rhythm of bullying? Is that so? Can't you stop for a little while? Baduza's stuff, it's nothing. Hateful. Hateful to the extreme. Father. What are you doing? Why am I doing this to me? I'm so miserable. You really can't see it? Cao man gritted his teeth, his body trembling unceasingly. My lord. My lord. My lord. At this moment, 3 figures appeared in the hall of the city lord's mansion. Zhang Kui, the commander of the city guard army, the commander of the 34th Squadron of the Bright Army, and Sun Fu, the Jade Blood Sword, entered at the same time. Why did you come at the same time? Fu Bo, you were the one who followed Cao Man before. What happened? What happened to his arms? He's been bluffing since he came back, and I'm not quite sure what's going on. The city lord Cao Teng exhaled foul breath, and while talking, he couldn't help but shook his head and said. At this moment, the expression on his face changed so vividly. Inexplicably, a sense of bells and whistles has been derived. I don't know what to do next. Anyway, there is a strong sense of bells and whistles invisibly. Just, nothing. Forward. Young city lord leads troops to surround Guangming Academy. The team with Captain Zhang Kui and the 34th Squadron of the Bright Legion with Captain Tan Xian. Then before Guangming Academy, there was a bloody battle. Probably so. Anyway, this situation is quite complicated. Jade Blood Sword Sun Fu shrugged. Traitor! Who gave your dog gall? Surround Guangming Academy. You can do it too. Whirring. The city lord, Cao Teng, clutched his chest, and his chest couldn't help heaving violently. This time, his mentality has completely exploded. That's it, play with the hammer. I can't wait to step forward and punch it. The bastard stuff. Hateful to the extreme. What follows is nothing. The rage deep in the heart is deduced to the depths, and it is directly crushed in minutes. Can't hold on, really can't hold on. What the hell is going on? I used to be reasonable. Who knew they wanted to kill me when they came up? I have no choice but to resist. It's not my fault. Father, look at my arms have been chopped off. I'm so miserable. Father, no matter what, you want to avenge me. Revenge. This matter can't be left alone. That nasty Fang Fan must die. And this broken jade blood sword, it's useless. Should kill him too. Cao Man gritted his teeth and pointed to where Sun Fu was, and then a vicious look appeared on his face. Snapped. A loud slap sounded, and everything around was swept away. At this point, things are basically clear. Who cares about all the other bells and whistles? No one will care. The slap just now was given to his son by the city lord Cao Teng. This unlucky son can't speak at all. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3490. For the Jade Blood Sword, it was because of his hard work that he bestowed favors to win over the strong man, but what about now? Being pointed at the nose by this idiot son, who even said that he wanted to behead someone. How do you say this? What does this make people think? Just doing things here all the time. What kind of trouble is this gaudy thing trying to make? Damn. It's extremely hateful. The city lord, Cao Teng, looked displeased, and wanted to continue to rush up and slap him. But in the end I held back. In all aspects, it is true to stick to it, and there is no need for the rest. In any case, the mentality must be broken. Uncle Fu, I'm sorry, my raised son is too noisy. Hey, I hope you don't care about the inconsiderate words. The city lord Cao Teng quickly apologized. If he can be in his position, he is naturally not a fool. What should he do? In fact, he has a steelyard in his heart. It's just that I don't want to think about it a lot of the time. But Jade Blood Sword is different. This is the existence of the Supreme Saint Realm, and its combat power is very high, and it is very likely that it will break into the semi-god realm in the future. Such existence is of great significance. Such a potential stock naturally needs to have a good relationship all the time. I originally wanted to let the Jade Blood Sword protect my son, so that I could lay a solid foundation of relationship with my son in advance, and I could support him in the future. Who would have thought that it would end up like this? Disappointment surged across the board, and the sense of resentment in his heart also increased. He. My lord, don't worry. Actually, What the young city lord said is true. My jade blood sword can only be regarded as a piece of trash. Failed to protect the young city lord, I am ashamed of the city lord. It was my fault. Sun Fu of Jade Blood Sword gave a wry smile, and then couldn't help but sighed silently. Deep down, those feelings seemed especially relevant. No. Not. Fubo, what you said made me feel ashamed. I know exactly what my son is still like. This guy will only cause trouble. Hey, I spoiled him all these years. I'm going to kill this brat now to make amends for you. The city lord Cao Teng gritted his teeth, then glared viciously at Cao Man, who was at the side, as if he was about to rush over and kill him. Cao Man. Oh shit. What is this operation? Really want to kill me? Grass. Don't play like this. You bastard. How can this work? Hateful. Hateful to the extreme. It's clearly doing something. Facing his father's sharpening sword, Cao Man naturally wanted to run away at full speed. Of course, Cao Teng, the city lord, was just putting on airs to buy people's hearts. Sun Fu of the Jade Blood Sword knew very well that he was not the kind of ignorant person. He hurriedly stepped forward at this moment, and then his face was full of melancholy. It is useless to say more than this. The others are not that important. I understand everything. Captain Tan Xian, Captain Zhang Kui. Why did you come along together? You also went with this traitor. How about your casualties? The city lord Cao Teng trembled, and suddenly looked at Tan Xian and Zhang Kui in front of him. He suddenly had a very bad premonition. My lord, my subordinates are incompetent, and most of my 10,000 strong team lost. Zhang Kui lowered his head with shame on his face. Cao Teng. Feeling very sad right now. At present, there is only a 1,000,000 level Bronze Legion in Bright God City. Among them, there are only 100,000 elites. And Zhang Kui's 10,000 strong team is the so-called elite. An elite team of 10,000 people just disappeared? Nizai. Nizai. Cao Teng glared at Cao Man viciously, feeling extremely pained right now. What a bastard. What the hell is going on? Damn stuff. You're a jerk to the extreme. Cao Teng's thoughts moved slightly, and he suddenly looked at Tan Xian, the captain of the 34th Squadron of the Bright Army. Tan Xian Squadron Captain, you are from the Legion of Light, nothing will happen to you, right? Cao Teng swallowed a mouthful of saliva, his face gradually turned a little flushed. This matter is a bit big. This squadron of the Legion of Light was specially sent to him by the Pope, saying it was to protect him, but it was actually a kind of favor in essence. This thing is like Shangfang's sword, which is not useful. Of course, you don't need to use it, it's fine as an ornament, symbolizing a kind of authority. When others see this, they will naturally feel trembling. Probably the equivalent of that. In terms of mentality, it is always going to collapse, isn't it? Why? My 100-man squadron is intact, there are only 10 people left. The casualty rate is as high as 90%. Please rest assured, Lord City Lord, I will definitely report this matter to the army commander. That Fang Fan will definitely be severely punished. It's that I may not be able to protect the Lord City Lord in the future. Tan Xian, the squadron leader of the 34th Squadron of the Bright Legion, smiled wryly. This time, I don't know what kind of fate it will be. Thinking about it this time, I was inexplicably moved and somewhat terrified. According to the military regulations of the Legion of Light, there is a high probability that an officer like him who loses troops and generals will die. 90% casualty rate. They were all killed around Guangming Academy. Didn't you say that you are from the Legion of Light? They also dare to do it? The corner of the city lord Cao Teng's mouth twitched, his complexion turned into black sesame. Shang Fang's sword is about to slip away. There will be no more compulsion in the future. More importantly, if His Majesty the Pope knew that he had ruined the guard he gave him like this, he still didn't know how to organize himself. Maybe they will turn their backs immediately? Instantly sullen? Then he couldn't help but come over and jump into a rage. One by one, each pile was directly oppressed like mountains, with a strong sense of oppression. Why? I said that. But people don't care at all, on the contrary, they hit more fiercely. Fang Fan, a student of the Guangming Academy, never paid attention to the Pope's crown, nor did he pay attention to our bright legion. This son is very likely to be a spy placed by the dark camp in our light camp. When I report this matter, the tribunal will definitely come to investigate thoroughly. Your Majesty, don't worry. This hatred and grievance will be avenged in the end. No matter how tough Guangming Academy is, he doesn't dare to hinder the thorough investigation of the Judgment Office. Humph. At that time, I want to see how crazy that Fang Fan is. Tan Xian, the leader of the number 34 Squadron of the Bright Legion, gritted his teeth, and a look of resentment gradually appeared on his face.